ourselves into the field a bit more before we put the next wings down, just to get away from the ditch. I'd like to get the first set down though, quick as we can, just to get a little more weight off of the mainframe tires. Ooh, she's soft. Down.
I got my depth I gotta change. Because last year at this time of the year, I had put alfalfa and I went really shallow, so now I gotta go up. I gotta go a little bit deeper. And turn my fan on. I changed these stops right here, and that changes. I have 6 of them to do. Just gotta decide what it is, what I'm gonna do. Interesting, I had more mud on my getting to the field. I went through, it was pretty soft on the road. On any other year, I'd say, how can you go if you can barely get to the field? I guess we'll find out. You don't know unless you try. So now I check every single run to make sure that they seed and fertilizer there. Even though my blockage monitor should work. Check all these runs. I'll do a test run in the field just to see check my depth, and then hopefully we can keep going. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Have you calibrated already?
Yeah, everything's done.
Okay. Pretty sure we're not going to have a hard time hitting moisture. But this is our finish. Looks pretty good, I think. And there you can find my hose, right there. Right there. It's about an inch deep.
forecast. I don't need it any deeper than, I think we got our depth pretty much bang on. Let's see what Daryl says.
So 3/4?
Right there.
Yeah, right there too.
I don't know. It's in moisture.
Well, enough to me, honestly, with the forecast.
Like, to me, I think I got the right depth.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 30 pounds, that's all I'm putting down.
Yeah, this one is like,
Holy cow.
So then, like, my thinking
I can barely go fast enough.
is, what do you mean?
I have to be, yeah.
Here's the deal. On this field, if we end up going a little heavy, like if we go a little heavier on this one, I'm just saying on this one we don't need more, right?
Yep.
This is, and that's probably because of the manure a couple of years back. So, no, I would say, yeah, anything over 30 pounds is
Yep.
a bonus. So.
Okay.
So I'm going to do another check just to see. We are not going deep. Main reason for that is we are not dry. We don't need to look for moisture. So yeah, so there's an old seed. There's one. There's one. I'm thinking we're kind of in that 3/4 of an inch.
Well, we are going. I've just about half done the field. I got 73 acres done. It's a 160 acre field. It's been taking me majority of the morning. I started first thing this morning, and we've had a couple of glitches, mostly to do with I got scrapers on each disc, and in the past number of years we have been drier, and those scrapers haven't really had to do anything because it just worked. Everything worked really, really nice. I'm not going around mud. I'm not fighting mud in the sense that the whole field's crusted over, but because it is a little bit softer, or no, it is softer, the scrapers are having to do more work, and if they aren't set absolutely perfect, I've been having issues. So I don't know how many I've adjusted, probably about 10 or so out of the 96 that are on there, and I think I've got it dialed in pretty good. Yeah, I should be running out of the seed here. Yeah.
Yeah, 42, a good 42.5 pounds.
Okay. I check it. So what happens when the scrapers aren't set absolutely perfect, it starts to push like that. So, fun. This time, it's a rock, and that rock now stopped this disc from turning and then started plugging the ones up beside it. So this time it was a rock, so rocks are a pain in the butt, I'll tell you that much. Hey, we'll try this again. Yeah, so that rock will have stopped. That rock will have stopped that one, and then we'll have plugged the other ones up. If there's one thing I really don't like about this unit is that with the discs being all in one row, those rocks can get in there, and that's what they do. Is crusted over everywhere except underneath where there's lots of straw, like right there. Underneath there it's pretty gummy, and we tried burning as much as we could. Daryl was out here yesterday burning as much as he could, but it didn't really want to burn very well. So anywhere where there's chaff and straw, it just seems like it's really bad underneath, or really wet underneath. So I don't think we have a whole lot of that on this field anymore, but we'll see. So I'm doing about 7 mile an hour. Engine load is right around 90%. Should be doing right around that 50 to 55 acres an hour. I have not been doing that this morning. Just lots of stops, just getting things fine-tuned. So that was the plan. Get out there on our first field. We just like to get it out there and get the kinks out of it. Some years there aren't any, but when things are a little bit wet, they show up quicker. So I got my camera right there that looks behind me, and then my blockage monitor. It says that I have a plug there and 3 there with those red dots, but I know that those sensors aren't working, which sucks. But I gotta buy a whole new ECU if just for those sensors. So every once in a while I go there and I check just to make sure that all the runs do have that the sensors are working properly, especially for those 4 that aren't working at all. Typically I don't get a whole lot of issues with plugged runs, unless mud, obviously. typically ran around 12 to 1400 pounds on down pressure for my discs. This year I'm in that 5s. Well, we're on this field, I'm in that 570 to 700. Just we're soft enough and it's lots of moisture there, so we're not having to worry about bounce on the packers. If it's dry and my wheels in the very back start bouncing more, then that's when I have to up my down pressure. That helps maintain my constant depth, but I don't want to go too much or it ridges more and well, it pulls harder too. We're putting oats in this field. We had canola in here last year. Right on. Well, Daryl's here with the other semi. I've got 88 acres. I am just about empty. We'll fill up and that'll do more than enough for the rest of this field. Hopefully it keeps on going. It's getting better each round, so it's getting all the kinks out of it has been taking a while, but yeah. Well, we are on the last pass of this quarter. What's happening is I need to adjust the scrapers on the disc just so they're a little bit closer. In the past years we've been dry and none of that has mattered because the scrapers haven't had to peel any of the dirt away. So now they're having to work extra hard and then the mud gets between the scraper and the disc and then it starts plowing. Driveway and I'm going to bring this unit home. Well, it's not exactly how I had hoped our first day to go, but we did finish a quarter, and that was what I was kind of hoping for, but hopefully we can tweak those things, and it can be ready once it dries up after this rain. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Seeding 2022 has started, and yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch.